You walk into a massive sports bar, you see like 160 glowing screens, perfectly synced, flipping from a live game to breaking news without a glitch. And you probably just think, oh, cool TVs. But looking through our sources today, specifically this catalog of commercial AV gear from HDTVSupply, well, you realize there is a massive hidden infrastructure operating right behind the drywall. So today, we're tearing down that drywall for a deep dive to look at the plumbing of these huge video
Yeah,
networks.
it's an ecosystem. Most people, they only really notice it if it breaks, right? When we look at how data actually moves in these spaces, it honestly helps to start at the micro level. Like the sources highlight a very specific piece of gear. It's the Adder ALPR-102-US dual port KVM extender. And KVM just stands for keyboard, video, and mouse.
Okay, so it basically extends control over long distances. But wait, how does it actually do that without like massive lag? Because if you're moving high-res video and instant mouse movements, it can't just be a really long wire. I mean, are they compressing all that data to just sort of shove it down one pipe?
Yeah, exactly. It has to. Because a standard video cable, well, it degrades very quickly over distance. So KVM Extender solves this by converting that raw, super heavy video and control data into a compressed digital signal.
Right, makes sense.
And then it just shoots that signal hundreds of feet over a standard network cable and decodes it at the other end. The conversion happens so fast that there is like literally zero perceptible latency for the user.
Wow. Okay, so it's less like a standard extension cord and maybe more like like a deep sea diver's umbilical cable,
Right.
like a digital nervous system. You're taking complex, heavy signals like video, commands, power, and routing them through one highly efficient pipeline to, a remote limb, basically.
That is a really helpful way to visualize it. But the engineering problem completely shifts when you move from one single connection to routing totally different feeds to 160 displays all at once.
Yeah.
Or, stitching together a massive 10 by 10 4K video wall. For that kind of scale, the catalog details these things called Wolfpack modular matrix switchers.
Which, I mean, that brings up a really practical issue for me. Because a bartender isn't back there juggling 160 remotes. But to route that much 4K video from multiple satellite boxes to specific TVs, that is an immense amount of data. How does a single switcher actually handle that much bandwidth without bottlenecking and just crashing the whole system?
Well, they do it by using something called AV over IP. So instead of sending raw video signals through traditional HDMI cables, which eat up massive amounts of bandwidth, the switcher chops the video into tiny data packets.
Oh, so it treats it just like regular internet data.
Exactly. It treats the visual feed just like a standard internet connection, routing those packets through normal Ethernet cables. So the matrix switcher basically acts as a high-speed traffic cop, instantly directing which packets go to which TV and then reassembling them on the fly.
Which perfectly explains the software side of things, actually. Because if the video is essentially just data on a network, a sports bar manager can use, like, a free iPad app or a Windows 11 dashboard to just drag and drop a DirecTV feed onto a digital map of the bar.
Right.
And the switcher handles all the complex packet routing in the background so the bartender doesn't lose their mind.
Spot on. And because that underlying physics problem, routing massive visual data securely and without delay, because that's universal, this tech goes way beyond sports bars.
Right. Yeah, I saw this in the catalog and it really stood out to me. This exact same supplier, HDTVSupply, they're on the federal GSA schedule. They have TAA-approved products, and they even supply the NASA C-by-P program. I mean, why is a local sports bar using NASA-level gear?
Well, or rather, why is NASA using sports bar gear?
Fair point.
Right. Those federal acronyms like TAA, EDC, WP, GSA, they basically mean the equipment meets very strict government supply chain and security standards. So a federal command center monitoring a rocket launch faces the exact same core challenge as the sports bar. They have to move data flawlessly.
Except instead of a Sunday football game, they're routing, an 8K telemetry feed or something?
Precisely. For government clients, the catalog actually highlights these 8K HDMI extenders and highly specialized multi-viewers. In a secure facility, you might need really complex PIP, that's picture-in-picture, or POP, picture-out-of-picture capabilities.
Or like picture-out-of-picture?
Yeah, exactly. And rendering multiple uncompressed, zero-latency 8K feeds on a single screen simultaneously, that requires immense processing power so the data doesn't tear or lag. The infrastructure just has to be absolutely bulletproof.
So what does this all actually mean for you, the listener? Whether it's a single KVM extender acting as this digital umbilical cord, or a massive AV over IP switcher chopping up 4K video into data packets for 160 screens, there is an entire hidden layer of data plumbing making our visual world seamless.
Yeah, the infrastructure works so incredibly hard precisely so you never have to actually think about it.
But you will now.
Yeah.
So, I want to leave you with a final thought here. The next time you sit down in a massive sports bar and you're surrounded by this glowing, perfectly synchronized wall of TVs, ask yourself, where is the hidden Wolfpack Matrix server hiding in the walls of this building? And who is currently holding the touchscreen controlling it all?